Hey, what's up guys? Just wanted to do an update on my container garden. A lot of stuff is finally happening out here. Remember those strawberry root crowns that I planted not too long ago? They've turned green and are growing some nice foliage. Sorry if you hear some kids playing. I'm out in the backyard here. And here are the other ones. They all survived except for this one, which seems to be dead, or maybe it'll come back to life. But the strawberries are going. This corn that I planted in our crappy clay soil seemed to be growing. Look at that, not too bad. I've been fertilizing them on a weekly basis, so I think that's why they're kind of happy. Over here in the super small pot, I've got my California Bell Wonder. It looks pretty good. It's putting on a little fruit, and I'm probably going to pinch those off because it's still too small. My cayenne pepper's looking good. Both of these plants I topped, and you'll notice that we have multiple main stems, a low bushy plant starting to form, which is really good, especially this one. I mean, this is just a tiny little bush with a ton of leaves, and if you look really closely, you'll see the multiple main stems forming. So super excited about that. Here are my sugar snap peas, and woohoo, we've got some peas here, and here. I'm gonna let them get a little bit bigger before I eat them. You know, next year I'm probably going to plant more than just 2 plants. This is only 2 plants. It's not really going to produce enough, I don't think. Over here I've got some strawberries from last year. They're starting to wake up, which is super cool. Here's my rat tail radish, and I've actually been enjoying these a lot, so much more so that I planted some fresh seeds. There's some growth. This is actually after about 1 or 2 days. I really like this. I don't want the fun to stop because these have seemed to be slowing down after I picked off all of the edible seed pods. Although this one right here is starting to flower again, and of course the flowers are what turn into the seed pods. So it has all this new growth on this one, but the others have not. Over here, this is my bushmeat bean, my dragon's tongue, growing kind of slowly, so I've added some fertilizer to the soil and some Epsom salt to give it a boost. It's like I said, it's growing a lot more slow than I would have liked, but you can see flowers starting to form, which means that the fruit should be coming soon. Here's my bush cucumber plant. I've got 4 of them, and as you can see, I've got a flower here. This is a male flower, and if you look closely, you should be able to see some female flowers, although those are probably going to come later. So I'm happy with that growth. It's vining nicely on this, cheap trellis I got from the Home Depot. This is my Sun Gold cherry tomato, which actually had some early blight, but has since gotten past that. And I sprayed it by accident with a mix of canola oil, baking soda, and soap. And canola oil should not be going on plants. So I actually killed off a lot of this plant, but it continues to grow and it finally has new growth. But I still have this very long plant that should be going out instead of up. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Might have to do some pruning. Over here, I planted an Armenian cucumber. These are snake cucumbers that get 2 feet long and have this really nice tender flesh. I've got about 4 plants here, and it seems to be doing pretty good. Actually, there's a 5th in there. And I'm going to put a really nice trellis, a kind of a decorative trellis I found at the Home Depot that's actually this very large arcing thing that I'm going to stick in the ground and let this thing climb all over it. It's going to be amazing. Here I've got my bush steak beefsteak tomato. Again, the same thing happened with here. I got some early blight. I sprayed it with the wrong stuff and I killed some of it, but it's coming back. Got a long way to go for those before we can get some tomatoes, but at least it's living and it's growing pretty quickly now. Over here I've got some carrots that still need a bit more time. Let's see if I pull one out here. You can see that it's starting to happen here. We're getting some carrots, but it's going to be probably several more weeks. And these carrots aren't getting enough sun. I think I might have to move them. And then other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty happy with how things are going out here. And I'm going to show you all of those pepper plants that I topped in my other garden shortly. So keep an eye on the channel and you can see the progress after doing those topping or the pruning that I did.